The Indo-Pacific humpback dolphins inhabit coastal shallow waters of eastern Indian Ocean and western Pacific. In China and Taiwan, they are also known as the Chinese white dolphins. The population that inhabits the River Delta region is thought to be the world's largest of the species, and it has drawn conservation attention in early 1990s, primarily due to major construction projects that were at the time underway in Hong Kong. First scientific studies of these dolphins were launched in the early 1990s, but focused almost exclusively on Hong Kong waters, which is a tiny fraction of the greater Pearl River estuary and just at the very eastern fringes of this coastal ecosystem. Much of these earlier and ongoing studies conducted by Hong Kong authorities aim primarily at monitoring the dolphin numbers and deliver annual counts of how many dolphins were seen locally. As a result, much of the population parameters and structure remain poorly understood and frequently misinterpreted, which is precisely why we thought it really was the highest time to launch a more in-depth study of the dolphin population so that we could better understand their social-spatial dynamics that shape their population structure, connectivity and viability. And of course, to do so, we had to step out of the spatial constraints of Hong Kong territorial waters and study these animals against the backdrop of the greater geographic region.
I was very lucky to be given the chance to study marine mammals still during my undergraduate degree. And ever since then, I knew I have a particular interest in population ecology and demographic dynamics of cetaceans, especially of the coastal and semi-pelagic dolphins. It's very intriguing to me to understand how different populations function and behave in response to the environment and environmental changes. Right at our doorstep in Hong Kong, this metropolitan city, we have the Indo-Pacific humpback dolphins, or locally known as Chinese white dolphins. But it's actually quite surprising that we still know very little about the population here after so many years. So I thought it would be very interesting and meaningful to focus my PhD research on these coastal dolphins, about their demographic parameters, population structure, and connectivity, not just in Hong Kong here, but across the entire Pearl River estuary. We conduct our research out at sea using photo identification techniques. Our team operates on small boats for their maneuverability, so that we can approach the dolphins unintrusively and remain in close proximity to the dolphin groups without interfering much with their natural behavior. We use fast-focusing professional cameras with big lenses to get high-quality close-up images of the dorsal fins. Their fins and upper body have natural markings such as notches and pigmentations, which are like our fingerprints or facial features that allow us to identify individual dolphins. Over time, we have constructed a database of individual sighting history, which basically documents who is seen when and where. This provides the backbone of information for me to build computational models and to answer my research questions. After 5 years of intensive field survey in Hong Kong, we finally collect sufficient data to construct a robust database. And with this, I built mark rate capture models to quantify the population size, survival rates, and seasonal movement patterns of the Chinese white dolphin in Hong Kong.
Estimates of demographic parameters of pelagic animals can illustrate very nicely, and sometimes with a considerable detail, the complex processes that shape population dynamics. These are the processes that determine the long-term survival, or what we call in science the biological persistence of natural populations. As such, they're crucial for accurate assessments of population status and trend.
The findings, which have just been published recently, were most exciting and differ from what we thought of this dolphin previously. Our data show that there are at least 370 individuals that rely on Western Hong Kong waters, which in the context of the entire Pearl River estuary emphasize the importance of this small piece of coastal water to the animals. We also proved that the dolphins seen in Hong Kong are not a separate population, but are part of the larger Pearl River estuary open population. The dolphin undergoes seasonal movement across the administrative border between Hong Kong and mainland China. This interesting finding gives a very important message that we cannot just place our conservation and research effort at one place alone, which, however, has been the common practice in the region so far. As the next logical step of this research, we should now extend the analytical approach applied in Hong Kong to the entire Pearl River estuary and examine the meta-population dynamics of the animals across a larger spatial geographic scale. I hope this will provide the long-lacking but absolutely crucial demographic information, and it will better inform the conservation management decision to make a real difference here and reverse the fate of the humpback dolphins in this fast developing part of the world.